Hello, everybody. My deal tonight is, do you feel safe in the United States or do you feel safe anywhere? I don't think we can for a while. How the hell am I going to get back to that? There we go. I think I need to turn this down. There we go. Got it done. I ain't got nobody watching yet. So there we go. No, I don't think we can for a while. I think what was done to our democracy, I mean, even foreign countries are looking at us like, what the hell? Of course, like I said, I mean, we're Americans first, but we still have to per se an image, put out an image, what the rest of the world thinks of us. I bought me some M&Ms for tonight. Yeah, I think, sorry about the rattling. Let me get the lid off. Yeah, I mean, I sit here and watch the whole damn thing. I've listened to, I don't know, 50 different channels, and then people even went to, I even went to Facebook, see what some of my people that relatives on Facebook, and I think it's about holding its own by 50-50. There's one grandniece-in-law, her, marrying the family, and she said, whatever, or whatever, I mean, whatever. I mean, all I'm saying, you cannot condone this kind of violence. She said, well, I'm not going to watch the news anymore. I'm just going to watch the weather. My help, you can't trust the damn news. You wouldn't be able to trust the damn weather either, because they are guessing. That was stupid. That's what I told her. Nobody knows exactly what the weather's going to do. It could change in an instant. But I think that was clearly incited. Let me put this up. That's all I'm saying. We can't condone or permit attacks on our government. If we want to change, then we do that as a voting poll. And everybody, well, it was stolen from him. No, he didn't have enough votes. I mean, he can wish whatever he wants, or you can wish whatever you want. But if you don't have the backing, the votes, whatever, then you lost. Hell, we lost. I was a Democrat then. Now I'm a damn independent. But I wouldn't have voted. If somebody else was running, I wouldn't have voted for Biden. I never would have voted for Trump. Period. I don't think he has the fortitude, the respectability, the morals, or anything else to be a president. And he's not done yet. I heard what that little blonde-headed girl said. Well, we want a peaceful resolution, blah, blah, blah. He's thinking he can still swing it and win. Okay. Give me some more thumbs up out there, people. Please. If you don't mind. Everybody's sitting around now wanting that $2,000. Well, I want the pandemic to be over with too. I can wish in one hand, like they say, and poop in the other one. See which one fills up faster. I don't know what's going to take place in the next few days. I think they keep claiming we got 12 or 13 days left. They ain't no damn telling you. He's got the damn buttons to the damn nuclear bomb. Or the codes, or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't put it past him, setting them off. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. One of these days, I might get enough to monetize. I doubt it. I'm not going to hold my damn breath either. My poor little dogs, about every 3 hours, they got to go run perimeter. They know it. But now they got it down pat. I give them a little treat when they come back in. They'll take off there at the fence and run all the way around the fence and right back to the house. I said, you guys could slow down and listen a little bit. Let me see who's out there. I got my phone fixed this time. Grace. Well, God says he helps them that helps themselves. I don't think he had storming the White House in mind. Well, he made another video. I wouldn't trust that man. I wouldn't believe that blonde-headed woman. That whole side went down pot belly up. He it's a wonder they don't treat him for treason. You don't do that and being a sitting president and have riot rule. You know what I'm saying? Militia rule or whatever you want to call it. We're about as diverse as this bowl of M&Ms. About that many colors, too. I watched this one black woman. She made a lot of sense. She said, what if it had been black people storming the White House? Hey, Mr. Rice. I'm doing real good. But she had that black woman had a lot of points. Yeah, they'd probably shot him on the steps. And why did it take 4 or 5 hours to get the damn National Guard out? And then they didn't even give them any guns. They should have shot him as they was running towards the staircase. That slowed him down. Well, I'm hoping to save a little common sense and respectability. You're probably right. You guys quit. What do you got in your mouth? Come here. What's it got? Piece of paper. He's a little piglet. Nice to see you here, girl. I appreciate you. But I don't know what we're going to do. Right? Like I told my after that comes up. Like I told my sister, you stay home for the next 2 weeks or so. I mean, just don't go out at all, you know. I mean, that's what I said. I mean, don't even go out at all. Let's see what that says now. I don't remember her killed in a car. I remember that they shot that one woman through the wall, through the door. But just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have the right to take it in your own hands. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Do we feel safe? I don't feel safe. To me, we slipped into being a third world country. And I have went to a lot of third world countries. I mean, I keep my gun close, my wallet even closer. I mean, I feel like a third world country. I don't feel safe. And when you do that, I mean, some neighborhoods you don't feel safe in, but I don't feel safe, period, even in the good neighborhood, you know. Much less getting out. I mean, I love to go shopping. COVID's got me shut down. I was dealing with that. But now I don't even feel safe about going out and just having to get some groceries. You know, I mean, I've got into my stash of food supplements like M&Ms because they keep forever. And I mean, and another thing, every prepper I seen that I guess was, and I stress that word was subscribed to, or I don't know how to explain it without being hateful. Uh, they're they're white supremacists, social bigots. I mean, really? I mean, you can be a prepper without having an ideology of I hate blacks, I hate Hispanics, come on, people. They're human beings. I mean, if you go to their country, that's who you're going to run into: Greeks and Romans and Italians and Germans and Hispanics. And if you go to Spain or go to Mexico, I mean, you're going to run into them people because it's their country. You know, there's no such thing as white supremacy. I mean, they want to be. Hitler tried that. You can ask him in hell how it worked out for him. That's my opinion. And another thing, when I get off here, it won't post my live stream. I don't know why. I guess I'm too radical. My opinion is just a drop in the bucket. It's the majority's opinion that counts. Chocolate makes me cough. It always has. It makes me sweat. I wouldn't have been a very good Maya Indian, would I? Hi, Bill. Kiliman. I guess I don't know how to pronounce that. I mean, you know, it was a tragedy in a way that woman got shot, but she should have known you can't. When they tell her to back up, and being a Marine, she should have had enough sense that knowing that guy's going to shoot her. You know, she wasn't completely innocent. First thing, she went down past the barrier. That makes her a terrorist. Or at least a threat to democracy. Which they call that terrorism, last I heard. Let's see. I mean, a lot of my friends, well, I don't want to say friends, but a lot of my people that I was subscribed to, I really scrutinized them. And I got to listening to them after this incident. And they think it's fine. No, it's not fine to break into some home. And that was the home of the White House, the home of Congress, the home of the House of Representatives, the home of our democracy, and start packing shit off and tearing shit up. Yeah, it's our house, yes. But it's also everybody else's house. You see what I'm saying? Majority rules in the House, in the Senate, and in the House of the Representatives, and on the floor. So just because you're 200,000 or 300,000 or whatever, you're not the millions that voted to keep Trump out and Biden in. So therefore, yeah, you have the right to make an appointment to visit the White House in a lawful and in manner in a what I call it respectable manner, but you don't have the right to go in there and shit up and jerking flags down and everything else. You don't have that right. I don't care if you either claiming it as your house. Well, it ain't good to break into anybody's house, If you do that, I mean, it's just like, come on, people. But they think it's fine. No, it's not. When you put our democracy at risk, you put the rest of the millions of people that live in America at risk. We're still at risk of invasion or whatever. We have no government leadership right now. I mean, how damn clear could it be? Well, they need to find all of them, in my opinion. Maybe some more jewelry. I'm sitting here just messing around. I ain't gonna raise up and look for this. Yeah, there you go. I agree with this must end. BK. It's just it ain't gonna end till he gets out of there. He still believes that peaceful transitions, that's if he wins. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's got in his mind. And I think that blonde-headed woman was forced to say that. I don't think that came from Trump. Somebody let me know after when he gets on, we'll listen to him. Well, you can give me some more thumbs up. There's 12 people watching, 4 thumbs up. They said that helps my algorithm. And you gotta give a lot of credit to Facebook and Twitter and all that for suspending his sedition. That's what he was, instigator. I mean, thank you. I have to give him a thumbs up for Facebook and Twitter for suspending his stuff. But why in the hell it took 4 years to do it? I said, like, oh, I'm going to resign now. What? You got 10 days left? 8 days left? We got 7 working days left. I'm going to resign now. We should have resigned the first damn. I quit a lot of jobs. I didn't agree with them. I walked off. Said, no, this ain't for me. I'm tired and I'm done. I'll find another job. They stayed with that job because they thought he was going to be another winner. Well, when they clearly figured out that he ain't going to win the next 4 years, took the last 2 weeks to find that out. Now they're going to clean up their record and try to save their reputation. I hate to tell you, you done lost the damn thing. Yep. Yeah. Tweeting was his downfall. I agree with you 100%. That's like a damn memo. We used to have paper memos back in the day, and they said, well, don't put everything on the memo. The memo will always be out there, the same way as a tweet. Yeah, I think he should take his retirement away from him. I agree with you 100%. 100%. He's going to get a big retirement, pat on the back. No, the history will come out and tell him he was one of the worst presidents there ever was. And if Putin don't have him killed for that money he owes him, there ain't no lie there. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't feel safe in my own home. And I live in a gated community, more or less, elderly community. It's one of the better communities. You still don't feel safe. That has nothing to do with feeling safe. When you don't feel safe in here and you're living under fear of reprisals and stuff like that, that's what I was thinking. You don't think that people, I mean, they're preaching overtake some of these people that's on YouTube. Oh, overthrowing the government. I mean, you can be charged, people. I thought, well, you ain't too damn bright, you know. And they think it was just perfectly fine to go tear up shit in the White House. No, it's not. And I'm thinking, really, this is what we have come to as a nation. Taking the law in our own hands. I guess who's got the biggest stick? Ooh, sorry. Who's got the biggest stick rules? Is that what it is? That's a dictatorship. I gotta see what else somebody said. Let me see what. I'm going to that tweet. I can't log in. I don't have an account. Wait a minute, I might have. Oh, President's going to talk.
On the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard.
Immediately, my ass. 5 hours later, this man ain't never going to quit lying. I don't even want to listen to him. When I immediately deployed the National Guard. He lied. He's trying to save himself from the funny farm. Let me get my earplug in because I don't think I'm supposed to put this on national TV. What happened? Coming back here. Oh, well, here we go. Yep. Let's see what said something. Yeah, God bless America. Here we go. No, you ain't. No, I didn't. Yeah, they'll pay under Biden's administration. I'm just done listening to him. He right now he's covering one's own ass because he wants to run in 2024. He'll never. If the Republicans try to let him run in 2024, they've lost their party. They've lost control of their party. Because if they ever voted him in again, yeah, I mean, you're right. That last person, let me get rid of that and get back on so I can see who. Uh, uh, mm, I mean, we've got the pandemic to worry about being safe. We've got insurrectionists, white supremacists. We've got all these other people, you know, and I they claim, well, it wasn't his supporters that did that. That was Antifa. It's just another damn lie. Hello, UFO. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I'm getting older by the minute. Like I said, my poor little dogs have to go out about every 3 or 4 hours and run the perimeter for me. And I can't believe that these preppers, not all preppers think that, I mean, there's different degree of prepping. I prep because we have tornadoes here, we have floods here, we have all kinds of major disasters. And our electric goes off 6-8 weeks at a time. I want a generator. I want food that I don't have to go 150 miles to go get. I don't trust politicians either. But at some time, you've got to trust in your government. All right. I mean, Trump just showed their own tweet just a while ago that basically he'd do anything to cover one's own ass. Is basically what he was saying. He could have said this. You want to know the truth? That's what I'm getting at. But no, he wants to. Right now, he's so afraid they're going to get him for treason, and there's two executions for treason besides life imprisonment. They either hang him or shoot him. They don't give him that lethal injection shit. And that's how they get rid of the traitors. They either shoot them or hang them. So he's worried about the guillotine, the hanging part, I guess. I'm telling you, he'll be all over and everybody's still talking about it. No, but it ain't so much what they're doing in the White House right now or Congress, whatever. They can protect their own. Like that woman they shot in the face or the neck. Yeah, she was trying to break in and do harm. Somebody said she might have had a bomb. Who knows what her mind was. They told her to back up and she didn't listen. So they shot her. You know, that's like not paying attention to what the cops tell you. You can't act like a butthead and then feel safe. But these people that are preaching sedition and overthrow, that's crime. You have the right to your opinion, but you don't have the right to endanger others by your opinion. They better read what the Constitution says about the freedom of speech. You see what I'm saying? You do not have the right to incite a riot. You do not have the right to put other people's lives in danger by your actions. You see what I'm saying? They proved that on, I think it was Facebook, where they taunted this little old girl and she killed herself. Well, hell, the parents sued Facebook, and they turned around and sued the people that it was taunting her and everything else. Yeah, and they won. You cannot act like that. See, I don't know a lot about all them other fascist groups and stuff. All I know that Trump has been a damn liar since the damn beginning. I don't believe that He's innocent of nothing. And that speech that he just said, he's just trying to save his own damn ass. Oh, I didn't have nothing to do with it. Yeah, you did. You told him to march from where you's at, and you got to show strength. What do you think the hell that meant? It ain't over with yet till the fat lady sings, is what they always used to say. Yeah. Oh, come on. I got to get... No, I don't believe that either. I don't believe that Trump was a good person. No, I know Trump was good. No, Trump was not a good person. I don't believe that. I believe he had one goal and one goal only. He wanted a king in a democracy, and that didn't work. Yep, that's what he wanted. I think what we're going to have coming up too, clear this. My phone will work better. Well, I mean, it's like lawyers. They get together before a trial. They go out to lunch and they talk amongst themselves. They're diplomats. That's what diplomats do. That's what political people do. That's what lawyers do. They might get up there and start a heavy case, but at the end of the day, they're lawyers. They're judges. Well, I'm glad you do. But the point about it is, you got to stand up for what you believe. There's no way in hell that a few anarchists can take control of our government. You just turn around and spit in everybody's face since 1776. You spit on every soldier that died in the damn wars. You spit on every mother that sent their kids off to war. You spit on every kid that picked up tin during the Second World War, picked up metal. Had the metal drives, and you spit on every American's face, and a few people, I don't give a few thousand, whatever, cannot do that to millions. You can't do that. Oh, I don't hate anyone. That's too damn much energy, and I ain't got it. I mean, if the majority says that Joe Biden is our president, then we should respect our president until he shows us otherwise. But all I'm saying, President Trump showed me otherwise a few years ago, that he was not the leader of this country. He was sitting in there in a pretense to lead. You see what I'm saying? I mean, if he didn't show you during the damn pandemic, he didn't get, he could have done a hell of a lot better. Oh, it's pandemic, it's a hoax, all that bullshit. They had the highest record, I think, today of somebody, of one state dying, 600 and something. I can't remember, in one state alone. Yeah. I forget, I was just scanning through the news and seeing that. I mean, people are dying. It's not a hoax. And he pretends that it was a hoax. Come on. He should have said, yeah, people dying out there, and we got to do the best we can, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't do that. He right up to the election. Oh, it's a hoax. You want to hear about the pandemic after November, that's bullshit. I hear about it every damn day, and it's January. That's 60 days later. Yeah, you're supposed to pray for your leaders. Everybody, we should pray for every one of our leaders. We won't, this is going to be our first female vice president. It's going to be our first ethnic group I think she came, her ancestors came from India or someplace, Pakistan. I don't know where exactly. I think it's India, but I'm not sure. But I mean, when you come to America, we all came from somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? Our ancestors were not born here. There's very few of them that are. And there's no 100% thoroughbreds anymore, or purebred. So we all came from a different country. Let's see here. Yeah, we have. We sure have, Gail. I don't like everything the government does, and nobody would. You wouldn't like. It's like having a job or a career. You don't like everything about your job, but there's got to be things that you do like, or you wouldn't stay. You see what I'm saying? Or you wouldn't took that for a career. But all I'm saying is, when you don't feel safe in your own home, you don't feel because of the pandemic, social unrest, political views. I mean, you can't go out there in a red state like Oklahoma and express your opinion without a reprisal. You know what I'm saying? A threat, or you see what I'm saying? And it didn't used to be that. It used to be Democrats, Republicans, Independents. Yeah, I can respect your opinion, but it's your opinion. It's not mine. I don't have to threaten you to change your opinion. You see what I'm getting at? And that's what they're wanting to do. They want to threaten you to change your opinion. You know, and you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your free vote. And respect their vote. You know, they just happen to lose. It probably is. I mean, I'm a prepper. I have been a prepper putting food back since I was a little kid. And I still do that. I bought a whole case of sardines because I like sardines and they keep for years. I got to see what this person said. But that don't mean that goes with my political views. Hey, Warner. That's right. Only God can find and knows what's coming down the pike. Yes, and I like Proverbs 29 too. I just believe that you should be able to freely, without any threats or reprisals, express your opinion. You know, like, okay, there's a lot of things I didn't like about Trump. There's a couple things I did like about Trump. But you can't go out and it's like saying something in a mixed company or whatever. Some things you can't say, you know. It's the same way I'd be afraid to express my opinion with all these demonstrators. You see what I'm saying? And you shouldn't have to be afraid to express your opinion. I'm not saying cuss it and scream it and threaten with it or anything. I'm just saying, well, you know, that's your opinion. You have the right to vote for him, and you did, apparently. But he lost, you know. Now it's time to roll up your sleeves and support the next guy coming in. You know, I never seen what the attraction was to Trump. I have never understood that. It's like it was like the attraction to Hitler, and that's one reason I pull back from him because it says in the Bible, "Give no man your allegiance," meaning worship him like he's a god. No, you don't do that. He's a man just like you. Puts one leg in his trousers just like anybody else does. He squats the poop just like anybody else. That's why I said I can't believe. I mean, they believe that he's like a god. He's going to save them. No, you've got to save yourself by doing the best you can. You know, saving your money, acting responsible. I mean, you can't rely on the government to save you. You can't rely on a one individual like Trump to save you. No, they're so scared they're going to come and get all your guns. Well, they ain't going to do that shit. I'd be surprised. They're going to believe. They're going to load you up and put you in concentration camps or whatever. I don't believe we're going to live in that kind of society. There's too many of us. Of course, and you go, well, they did it in Germany. Well, they wasn't as many people we got more people in America than we got in Germany. I think it says in the Bible, everybody thinking that this is going to bring on the Antichrist and this, that, and other. No, I hate to reckon and I hate to burst your bubble. It says in the Bible, all the seas and the oceans will dry up. Well, last time I visited the ocean, there was a hell of a lot of water in it. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be on down the road. Now, it could probably dry up in 3 days if we got closer to the sun. But I think the whole damn world's screwed in. You know what I'm saying? But until the oceans start drying up, I ain't going to start worrying about it. He's coming back. And it tells you don't live like he's coming back. I mean, enjoy your life that he gave you. You know, don't sit there in sorrow and whatever. Oh, what am I going to, get your house. You're supposed to have your house in order every day. Well, like I said, to me, I think that I'll wait and see how this new administration takes over. Everybody said, well, it's going to raise the price of gas. They're going to raise the price of taxes and blah, 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 blah. We've been up before and down before. Hell, I bought $7 gas right here a gallon, I mean, when they had the gas, then we had the gas wars and waiting in long lines. And I've seen it down to 14, 15 cents a gallon years ago, way long time ago. And then I've seen it $7 a gallon when they was worried about the Y2K 2000 turnover or whatever. I mean, it's a lot of it is they drive people into a frenzy. That's exactly what Trump did. He drove his supporters into a frenzy and they went and stormed the White House. He was the cause of that. I don't give a damn what he says now. He's right now he's trying to cover one's own ass so he won't go to the pen, be hung or shot for treason. That's what I'm getting at. But I never met, you know what caused all this shit? I'm going to tell you exactly what caused it. Prejudice. And that's exactly it. It's one person thinking they're better than anybody else. It's like you think you're better than anybody else or your race is better than anybody else, you're sadly mistaken. We don't even use, if you're white, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you don't even serve your own God. If you're a Christian, you're serving a Jewish God or a Jewish person, You see what I'm getting at? I think our gods were that worship trees, and back in the ancient Druids worship trees and shit. So there you go. So that's my opinion. I think what we got to do is pull together as a nation, Republican, Democrats, and others, and get our respectability back. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, a socialist, or whatever. I think if you're an American, you need to pull together and get our respectability back. And storming the White House was not no way to do it. In my opinion. I buy this stuff at the dollar store. I spray it for room deodorant. It's supposed to be like aftershave stuff. It's for me and gives me something to do. Who else feels that you don't feel safe? Who else out there don't feel safe? That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying, how could you? The way it's going, how could you not feel safe? And I don't feel safe. I went and bought a bunch of jewelry stuff to just stay busy, basically. Because, I mean, I wanted to avoid 2 or 3 reasons about not going out of the house: for the COVID and the political unrest. Like I told my kids, keep your head low and keep your mouth shut, and we'll survive this. But I have listened to a bunch of preppers, a bunch of homesteaders, and I just started deleting them. They want to put the fear in people. That ain't what we need right now. We do not need somebody scaring the living hell out of us. What we need is constructive criticism and a unity of pulling this nation together. So, like I said, that's right. Stay home and pray. I believe in the power of prayer. And we're supposed to pray for our leaders. You don't know how many times I prayed for him. Hopefully God heard me. Or he'd have been probably twice as worse than he was. But we've got to stand together as a nation. I mean, we are the greatest nation in the world. And America has already been great. It make America great against bullshit. It ain't never lost its greatness. Now the other countries like Russia and China and other countries, Cuba, they want us to lose our greatness. But you know that goes. Play with this ring I bought. Oh God. Let's see what else Warren's got to say. Yeah, pride and think you're better than somebody else makes people make dumbass choices. You know, that's what I'm getting at. You cannot think. I'm gonna raise up. You can't make it and think you're better than anybody else. It don't work. Make something want to go. I forget. I was trying to show you that last little chain necklace I made. Here it is, I think. Yeah. It's one of them uncut crystals that I had. Yeah, there's the end of it. Whoops. There's the end of it. These holes so we can make. And then there's the little bobble. Like a little crystal. It's called wrapping the stone with wire. Yeah, give me something big. It keeps me busy. That's all I can tell you. It keeps me busy. I wrapped it in gold wire. But that's what's happening in the world. It's just one thing after another. And I've been doing a lot of turquoise wrapping. Ow. I mean, keep yourself busy. You guys have seen this stone that I wrapped. But I also made this one. Yeah. Whoop, there I didn't got. Well, I got to put the stones down there where you can see it. But stay busy. That's my motto. And Trump would have probably done better if he'd just picked up a hobby. That's what I'm saying. He might have done a lot better if he just picked up a hobby. Well, thank you. No, I mean, to me, you cannot run down your neighbor and demand that you're right. Well, excuse me, everybody's made mistakes. And your opinion is only like half right. You know, until somebody will agree with you, then you need to have the majority agree with you. Then your opinion might mount to something, not just a few thousand, or 12 million. You've got to have the majority of the population behind you, and then that way it can be changed in a court of law or changed by your vote. You see what I'm getting at? You cannot just go up there and browbeat somebody. I've heard some discussions. They must be blind, stupid, or damn crazy to not realize that he was lying. When you get thrown out of the Supreme Court and other courts 68 times because your factitious bullshit did not stand up in court, that should tell you something right there. I mean, that's the way I look at shit. I mean, if there was any validity in his claims, especially the damn judges that he appointed, would have listened to him, but he didn't have any. He's just making it up in his own mind. Yes, I think there's something mentally wrong with the man. I think he's been isolated. I think it was too much stress on him. He was not a politician, that could speak good of him or bad of him, but he did not know how to run. He might have known how to run a big business, but running a big business ain't shit when you start running the nation. You see what I'm saying? I mean, his business wasn't big as Wally World. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think the Wally World empire could run the nation either. I think it takes a tempered, smart, intelligent, who knows if Biden's got it on? You know what I'm saying? I'm not swearing on Biden either. I mean, hell, there was Bernie Sanders and a few other ones that was running for. Even the vice president was running for president. Harris, she was running for president. I'm just saying, I think he snapped, and there's no disgrace in mental illness. I believe he snapped. I don't think he can control himself. He's isolated himself. He don't really know what's really going on in the world. I mean, he's not listening to his advisors. And if they don't agree with him, he just turns around and fires them. You can't do that shit. I mean, hell, that'd be like divorcing your wife or your husband every time they disagreed with you. You wouldn't have a very damn long marriage if you had one at all. That's what I'm getting at. And the president and the Congress and the House of Representatives and the Supreme Court, it's like a marriage. They all got to coincide with one another. There's 5 branches of government. And that's what I'm getting at. And until we come up with a better solution, our democratic government is going to have to work. That's all we got. And it's lasted for 244 years. So it ain't ready to be shit canned yet. Until they find something better. If they ever find something any better. And we know dictatorship, communism, and all the other shit ain't going to work. Yep, that's what I'm getting at. I do know one thing. That I don't feel safe in America. And I thought I would never, never feel that. And if you don't feel safe or you do feel safe, well, then you're a lot braver person than I am, and I've been through 2 damn wars and people shooting at my ass. I don't feel safe. I don't feel relaxed in my own home. Always taking a drink because what the water was running. But when you don't feel safe, because I mean, I checked out my Facebook. I checked out. I know my neighbors. They're all basically Trump supporters, and they know, they don't like me to begin with too much, which I don't like them too much either. But I don't bother them; they don't bother me. But the point about it is, you got to take defeat with grace, and he's not doing it. And his supporters are not taking defeat with grace. I mean, look what happened when Obama lost the running and he took it with grace. He lost, and this guy is not. He cannot, in his mind, is not working right to understand defeat. And it's not defeat. The point about it is, you served your time, and now the people have spoken and want somebody else. And they're fully entitled to it. And either when Biden comes up for the next 4 years, and if he wins another term, or he don't win another term, the people have spoken. Majority rules. And you have to have that. When the people speak, you need to listen. Government does not exist for the government. Our president don't exist for the government or to rule. He exists for the people. And when the people decide that they don't no longer want him for one reason or another, and majority decided that they were done with his service, he should have said, well, thank you, people. I appreciate serving, and took it with grace. But he's not. And that speaks a hell of a lot about his character. You see what I'm saying? That's about, I don't know what else, how to put it. I mean, he's not presidential material. He might have been a dictator material. What are you doing, Ori? Something out there? No, him not. I had to go put some lights outside so I could see. I got some solar lights going. They can see stuff going across. I just, like I said, I don't think anybody will bother me in this gated community because they know I'm a no nonsense type of person. But I just don't feel safe the way the government's all in an uproar. I just don't feel safe. I don't feel, that's like when my wife, this is like a Christian community, and I'm a Christian. Child of the living God's what I always call myself. But she was Jewish, and she's entitled to her religion. She's dead now, gone. But she was, and the heart will have what the heart wants, regardless of what. But I'm sure a lot of times she didn't feel safe. But that's what I'm getting at. It's when you damage your security, and that's what these protesters did. They damaged the world's security, where the individual and the world does not feel safe right now. We are very vulnerable, whatever. Yeah, but I mean, keep yourself busy. Stay away from crowds. There might be some bombings take place, some social unrest take place. I mean, they're not done. They're just not going to throw, I quit now. No. I think that what we do as American citizens, we have to protect ourselves. And I'm not talking gun-toting, swinging a big club. I'm saying don't get yourself in high-rise buildings. Don't get yourself, in areas where you don't feel safe. That'd be like going down to a bad neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you don't feel safe, back up and go around it. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to us as American citizens and the president and the Joint Chiefs of Staff to pull this nation back together. And if we cannot do that, we will lose our. We've already lost our respectability. We got to. We'll lose our damn nation. It's what we're going to lose. And then we'll either have to speak Chinese or German, or not German, but Russian. Chinese or Russian, or hell Spanish. Who in hell knows who's going to take over? The point about it is, we cannot act like they acted as a nation. We cannot do that. We have to treat our fellow man with respect and dignity. You know, that's the sad part about it. I'm going to probably I talked over an hour, so I don't know where if I talk 10 years, if you get this message through. What do you want? He's coming up here to you. What do you want? No, if I put you up here, you're going to gripe and act like you're the boss, like everybody else does. Well, like I said, I hope that I got my message out there. And like I said, I don't know what's going to take place. I have no idea. But I do know one thing. I think everybody's went live on President 2 minutes and 58 seconds. He talked. I didn't listen to all of his speech. They're sure showing that guy carrying the podium out. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. And remember, stay safe, at least as much as you can. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And have a great day.